ThisDay. It is Thursday, December 16th, and we have one meeting to tell you about today. That is the United Architectural Controls and Standards Committee meeting, and that'll be 9:30 this morning, and that will be in our boardroom as well as virtual. And of course, you could follow along at lagunawoodsvillage.com/meetings. Now, on our show today, we have Pacific Financial Planners with Jerry Sleusowitz, and he's going to talk all about things that are currently going on in the market, as well as we're going to touch on inflation. And then we talk to Judith Troutman with our Disaster Preparedness Task Force, who's got some great ideas for the holidays. So, and also, of course, we're going to talk about being prepared if, of course, there was a disaster. All right, let's take a look at our weather. We are looking at clear, beautiful skies. Snow is still on the mountains. It's still going to be a little chilly up there, and we'll give you that full report for the weekend tomorrow. But today we're looking at mostly cloudy skies, 59-41. Tomorrow, very nice, 67-45. Saturday, 64-40. Sunday, lots of sunshine, 62-43. And then partly cloudy on Monday again, as we just might get some sprinkles next week, 61-44. Then our sunrise this morning was at 6:48, and our sunset will be at 4:44. And thank you, Mark Rabinowitz, for sending in this lovely photo of somebody enjoying, I think, some fake snow right here in Laguna Woods or somewhere around here in Orange County. If you have a photo you would like to share with us, I am looking for holiday photos. It doesn't matter what it is, as long as it's holiday. I mean, you can have a family photo with your dinners or whatever it is you'd like to do. Just send it on in and we'll share that with our community. And you can send that to Laguna Woods Village TV@gmail.com. All right, when we return, we will have Jerry with Pacific Financial Planners, so stick around.
Have aches and pains? Planet 13 may help. Planet 13 is the largest and most trusted dispensary for premium cannabis and CBD products in California. Your one-stop shop for edibles, lotions, gummies, tablets, and much more. At Planet 13, you can count on top-tier service focused on unmatched customer education and satisfaction. Visit us in store just 15 minutes away, or we deliver to you. Take advantage of our 10% senior discount for 55 plus and older. Welcome to Planet 13.
I would like my patient to have a very positive experience, one that they feel comfortable, they feel it's a safe environment. For me, I feel a personal relationship is the most important, more than the actual dentistry itself. I can earn their trust and they can feel comfortable, and it allows me to do my job the best. And that means a lot to me.
At Norm Reeves Honda Superstore Irvine, we want to buy your car. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. 1, we come to you. On-site professional appraisals now available at your home or office. 2, you come to our dealership just minutes away for an on-the-spot appraisal. 3, value your car online at normreeveshondairvine.com. It's your choice. Plus, you get paid in 1 day or less. At Norm Reeves Honda Superstore in the Irvine Auto Center, we will buy your car.
Hi, welcome to Pacific Financial Planners. We focus on income replacement for your retirement. We have over 3 decades of professional money management experience. We personalize a plan that's right for you and your family. You only get one shot at retirement. Don't you think you better get it right? So give us a call for your free consultation. We can do this over the phone, via Zoom, or in person.
Welcome back. As I mentioned, we have Jerry Sleusowitz here, who is here on behalf of Pacific Financial Planners. Well, Jerry, thank you for coming in. Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you for having me, Lisa. I'm glad to be here.
Well, you know, we've talked a lot about investments and income and retirement. And of course, now we have inflation. And, you know, I think we have lots of questions about how to manage our money and how to make it last for a long time. So I'm really glad that you're here today. But before we get into some of those details, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I've been a financial planner for 35 years now, so kind of a long time. And been in this area here at Laguna Woods Village for well over 30 years. I had clients in here in the late 80s.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, so I'm very familiar with the community. My parents retired here.
Oh, nice.
I own a condo here in the village as well. That's a rental for now because I live close by.
Oh, okay.
But
okay.
yeah, so I work with the seniors really.
Yeah.
Probably over 30 years ago, I decided to work with people on income strategies for retirement.
Okay. Well, let's actually talk about some of those things. We obviously need income to live, right? And you can help advise people on how to, hang on to their money for a long period of time. What are some of the important things that you think we should be thinking about right now?
Well, it's important to understand that there's got to be a mental shift from investing for growth to investing for income when you retire.
Okay.
And I see it all the time because I meet people literally daily and I look at their portfolios and they still have this growth mentality. And the stock market's been fantastic, since about 2011 or whatever, so 10 years, but that's a little long,
Yeah.
So people should, kind of take that gift that they had and make this mental shift from growth to income investing, which is significantly different. You gotta figure out what's the purpose of the money. And when you retire, the purpose has got to switch from growing that money to distribution and replacing your paycheck.
Well, now let's talk about, taking those distributions because, obviously if you take it too early, then you don't, I guess because of Social Security is what I was referring to, because you can take it early, but then you cut off a lot of the percentage of what you would receive. So in doing so, you need to make sure that you have supplemental income, correct?
Right, and whether it's coming from your investments or if you have rental properties or mineral rights or something along those lines, some business interests.
Yeah.
A lot of people do, but a lot of people don't. And there's what I call the gap years, and that's you could take Social Security between 62 and 70 anytime. But you're right, Lisa, if you take it too early, you're locking yourself in at a lower rate. And the other thing is taxes come into play. So if you get in a situation where you start taking Social Security and you're still earning money, you might end up in a higher tax bracket. There are ways that we could figure out to fill the gap, if you will, to delay taking Social Security and live off of your retirement interest income.
Okay.
And then have that supplement now that when you get into 72 and beyond, when they have what's called the required minimum distributions, RMDs, then you'll have a lower tax bracket later. So controlling taxes is another thing that we look at Pacific Financial because it's all kind of intermingled. Retirement is not just one thing. Do I buy one stock? Do I buy one mutual fund?
Right.
It's really having a plan. So when you ask me, about my 35 years, I'm truly a financial planner first, a financial educator first, and then we start talking about, where should you put your money?
Well, and you're also talking a lot about income, right? So you had mentioned to me very early on that you're an income specialist. So when you think about it being from an income specialist perspective, what does that mean?
Sure, thank you, Lisa. It's a big difference. A lot of financial advisors like myself got involved in the 1980s. A lot of people started investing in the community probably in the 1970s, 1980s when they first started having money. And the purpose of the money was to grow the money, okay? And I get it, when you're 30, 40, 50, you've got time to wait it out. But once you get to retirement, the purpose changes and it goes to growth to income. And a lot of advisors don't understand that. So there's this rule out there that says, hey, draw 4% and your money will last. Well, let's take the stock market, for example, from 2000 to 2020. It returned about 6.05%. So it sounds like if you drew 4% off, you could stay with a growth strategy and be fine. But it's the sequence of returns. And the stock market between 2000 and 2003 lost 50%. And then between 2007 and 2009 lost more than 50%. And if you went through those drawdowns, you'd almost be broke today by drawing off of a growth strategy.
Right.
So what I look at really is kind of like if you had a chicken farm, if you will, and you had chickens that laid eggs, would you want to live off of eating chickens every night, or could you live off of eating the eggs? And that income is eating the eggs. So we create strategies where your chickens stay alive. That's your principle. And you eat the eggs to live off of, because that is what an income specialist does.
I like that analogy. That's a really good way to look at it, because oftentimes people need those kinds of visuals to be able to go, oh yeah, no, now I get it. We want to, you know, preserve what we have to live on. So that's a great analogy. Let's talk about how inflation is, you know, hurting us or helping us, or whatever the case might be, with our income.
Well, you know, kind of a true definition of inflation, especially for people here in the village, is you're growing poorer every day when you're on a fixed income.
Right.
And that's the problem. That's what inflation really is. It's you growing poorer because the cost of everything around you, gas, food, medical bills, keeps rising. And now they're rising at rates that we haven't seen in 40 years. Right. And if people start remembering the 70s and 80s, you know, those weren't good years. And it's a matter of how deep do we get into it, because this is the beginning of these inflationary periods. So you have to protect yourself against rising costs. Right. And the thing is that the longer we live, the more costs go up. So when you're planning for your income strategies, you've got to plan not only for income today, but income down the road. Right. So it's really important to say, well, geez, how can we, you know, how do we protect ourselves? Right. So there's some simple strategies. Like one, for example, is we all need gasoline to drive. Well, when you go to the gas station, if it's Chevron or Mobil, and I'm not advertising those guys, guess what? There's publicly traded companies that offer that, so you can buy those stocks. And I'm not making any recommendations, but they pay pretty good dividends. And then as you can get the income and the dividends out of it and keep up. So when you're pumping your gas, same thing when you go to the grocery store. There's food companies out there that offer that. So there's plenty of ways to protect yourself, but you've got to have a strategy. You've got to understand inflation's real and it's detrimental to someone, which is everyone listening probably, living off of a fixed income.
Exactly. And you know, one thing that's, I think, very interesting, and we won't have enough time to talk about it today, but I do want you to come back because I want to talk about what you just mentioned, is that, you know, putting money into companies in which you put your money into. Like many people might even do it yourself now, that you can't afford to go do other things, or you can do it yourself. Well, maybe we should look at Home Depot. You know, there's a lot of things that I do want to talk to you about, especially when it comes to that. Plus, I also want to have you come back and talk about Bitcoin, because that is something that I just heard about for the last 6 days, because my son was here and he's 22, he goes, oh mom, you know, the money is just, you're wasting your money. You need to buy Bitcoin. And I'm like, oh, I'm so overwhelmed.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. I'd love to. Yeah.
All right, perfect.
I do these financial forum speeches, and we're dark here in December, but we're going to come back in January. It's the last Tuesday of the month. The first one in January is going to be on inflation, but we are going to do one on cryptocurrencies, which Bitcoin is one of the cryptocurrencies out there. So definitely going to circle back with you on that, Lisa.
All right, I love it. All right, well, thank you, Jerry. We appreciate it.
Well, thank you again for having me.
You're welcome. And if you want more information, of course, you can always look up online Pacific Financial Planners or Jerry Sleusowitz, although I'll let you figure out how to spell that. We'll be right back.
I'm Jerry Sleusowitz, founder of Pacific Financial Planners. Did you know that one simple mistake can derail your retirement plan? By not making the shift to income-based investing, you could be setting up your retirement plan to fail. If you're at or near retirement age, time is not on your side. One major stock market correction could wipe out your life savings. Visit safeincometoday.com to make the switch. Create retirement income you can count on.
Welcome back. We have Judith Troutman here, who is here on behalf of the Disaster Preparedness Task Force of Laguna Woods. Well, welcome. It's nice to see you. You're all decked out with the, coveted vest.
Yes, of course. The disaster vest. So you know who to wave down if you're injured or hurt in a disaster.
Exactly.
We're there to help.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, we've talked a lot about the Disaster Preparedness Task Force, as well as the captains that we have here as well, and how you all work with the ham radio. I mean, it's all a very coordinated effort. And you have with you an awful lot of things that we're going to talk about in which they could have in their home in case there is an emergency. But first, just tell me overall, what is the Disaster Preparedness Task Force?
Well, we are a task force that's put together by residents and supervised by our security department and Chief Rojas. And so we have a combination of good neighbor captains, and we need more of you to volunteer to do that. And that's someone who wears a vest like this. And if there were an emergency, you'd knock on somebody's door, your neighbors preferably, and find out if they're okay. Do they need first responders to come? And if not, then you mark a piece of paper, they're fine. And after you've filled up your sheet, then you turn that into one of the clubhouse coordinators, and that's how they get the first responders to where they're needed the quickest.
Exactly.
And so that's a very important job, and we need more of you out there to come and volunteer. And you can get the forms in the office, the disaster office.
Good, which is located on the first floor of the Community Services Building, and you did say that you are now open so people can come in. What are your hours now?
Every day from 10 to 12 when we can find someone to man the office. So that's important, but we try to fill in. We have 3 people now that try to fill in those hours between 10 and 12. And these are all the items you can buy in the office. People don't realize we sell a whole bunch of good survival equipment in the office, and would like you to come in and take a look. I brought just a few things today.
Okay, well, let's start with over here. We have this is the backpack that you can get, and this is a survival kit. And just, give me an idea of some of the items that might be in there.
There's a whole bunch of stuff in there. One of the most important is a food bar that's good for a week. There's actually 4 bars in there.
Oh, 4 bars.
Yeah, and it'll either take care of a family for a week on minimum amounts of calories, and then there's water in here. One of these. We actually sell these, they're 8 for $2. So that's a quarter a bag.
Oh, wow.
So you can come in and buy a bag for a quarter and use it as a stocking stuffer. So we have 25-cent stocking stuffers. And the water's also good. I keep some in the freezer. They make great ice packs if you hurt your finger or you have a headache or something of that nature.
Now, these are just in addition, because you want to have gallons of water as well.
Correct.
But this is just sort of in addition, right?
Right, because this is something you might keep in your car.
Yes, okay.
Right, and in the back of your closet or something. But if you're talking about extra water, 5 gallons of water, we also sell the hose where you can get 40 gallons of water right in your hot water tank. And the hose, this might be the best $7 you ever spent.
Okay.
A lot of people don't realize there's a little faucet on the bottom of your hot water tank.
Yeah, totally.
And that's where if we did have a disaster and the water stopped running, you have your own supply of water.
That is amazing.
So everyone needs a hose.
Yep. And you just stick it on the top, or keep it?
No, the handle's on the bottom.
Well, no, but I meant for storing. You just stick it in there and never worry about it.
I would keep it by the hot water tank.
Yeah.
Very good idea. Yes.
Yep. Perfect.
So those are sold separate. They don't come inside any kit.
All right.
Particular kit. And back to this kit, one of the most fun things that's in there is this radio, and you can buy them for $15. It's a combination radio, light, and siren, and it's hand generated. So,
look at that.
You can go like that, and your light goes on. And it also has AM and FM. And an alarm, which I won't do right now.
Okay.
So it's very handy.
Okay, that's awesome.
Bring it when you walk your dog, keeps the coyotes away.
Right, and the most important thing I think we will forget upon, oh my gosh, my phone isn't working, because your cell service is probably out. You certainly don't have any electricity now to charge your phone, so that is going to come in very handy.
This will charge your phone.
Oh, no kidding.
It comes with a charger to plug into your phone, and you can hand charge your phone.
That is so
it's really
perfect.
good.
What a great segue that was.
Yeah.
And then what about the blue item? What's that?
This is $20, but look what's in it. I mean, everything you could want for first aid.
Okay.
So that's a fully packed item there. And then the most convenient is this little survival kit. Looks like a little lunchbox. It's only $12, but it does have a food bar in it and a whole pack of water.
Okay.
In there, and a mask.
Okay.
and for mostly dust. They weren't thinking of COVID when they did this.
No,
the
no.
masks were for dust.
Sure.
Because during an earthquake or any other disaster, there might be a lot of smoke or dust, and you need your mask.
Well, even if there was a ton of wind,
Wind.
that would be really great
Correct.
to use as well. Now, you
Yeah.
have a stocking in front of you, and of course, that's for our coming up, hanging the stockings by the fireplace. What are some items you have in there?
Well, if you're really on a budget, you can just get stocking stuffers. This File of Life, everyone should have it on the refrigerator. It's got a magnet. And in there is the piece of paper with all your personal information. That's the first place the EMT or first responder goes, is the refrigerator.
Okay.
To see if you have your pulse in place for your DNR. And they look to see what medications you're on, if you're allergic to something. And that's only $1.
Okay.
And then the blanket for to keep you warm.
Nice.
And for $1, you can get a whistle. It's
Okay.
great if you're walking your dog, keeps the coyotes away.
Aha.
And then, of course, the water. Like
Yes.
I said, is another $1
Right.
item. And this one is just $1. And if you're going to do CPR, it's got a little protective mask that so you're not skin on skin if
Gotcha.
you're breathing for someone to keep
gotcha.
them alive. So those are great little stocking stuffers if you want to do something on that level instead of the little high dollar items.
Yeah, well, so if somebody wanted to get this whole pack, what does it run?
That one's $42. But it has a lot of stuff in it.
Yeah.
But it even has duct tape.
Oh, and you always
This-
need duct tape. It fixes everything.
Yeah, you can build a shelter with this.
You can, it's
Yes,
true.
You can. And it has gloves.
Oh,
that you
isn't
can
that
use
key?
for
If you're having an
everything.
earthquake and there's glass.
Really heavy-duty
Yeah,
gloves. And, of
okay.
course, the water and some masks. And this one has, I wish we used to sell these. It has a glow stick.
Oh, right.
We used to sell these separate.
Yeah.
And there would have been a nice stocking stuffer. We're just out of them. And then, the little cup.
Oh, for your water.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
It's
for your
great.
water, but-
It's great. Now, I mean, if you
So
went
there's
out
a
to
lot of
try and
stuff in
find
there.
all these things, it would probably be it would be more expensive and maybe not as have so many things in it.
Yeah, it's a good buy because we sell these at cost. We don't
Oh,
make
gotcha.
any money. We don't make one penny. What we pay for them, and I've gone online. This runs $17 to $20, depending where you
alone.
buy it.
Wow.
The same one.
That's great.
And and the water sells for 50 cents a bag. We sell it for 25 cents a
cents.
bag.
That is
the very
awesome.
same water. You can buy a case of 100 at 50 cents a bag.
I love
on
it.
Amazon.
I love it. I mean, like you said, these are gifts that can be given any time of year. It doesn't have to be just the holidays. It can be any time. But of course, now that we're thinking about it, we might as well go ahead and do it. We've seen that the winter is coming in a variety of areas, and you just never know. I mean, you never know if you're going to be. I don't think we have to worry so much about the snow here being snowed in, but you never know what could happen. So I appreciate you spending all this time with us and sharing all these goodies.
Yeah, great gift ideas. So come in and see what we have. And we also, as the last thing, if you have a pet, I don't have time to go into it today, but we have a pretty extensive pet disaster plan.
Right. And that
And-
is that put out by the Red Cross?
No, this is put
This
out
is
by
yours.
volunteers
Okay.
in our organization.
Okay.
And they spend a lot of time doing it, but there's too much for me to talk about in one segment.
Right.
So please, if you have a pet, come in and get the information from us, and
Yeah.
we'll give you details on how to care for your pet during a disaster.
And there's one thing that I did want to mention about the pet is that there's a sticker that you can put on the window near your front door. So if there's a fire, you write down, you write down the name or the age, or what do you put on that sticker?
Well, it says what pets you have.
Oh, and how many?
And how many, if you have, so they know what to look for.
Right.
They're going to go in and look for 2 dogs or 3 cats or whatever, and then your phone number. And I was going to bring some of those spare ones with me, but we were out of them.
Okay.
So we have to get some more. But I did
Okay.
want to bring some. And if you come in to get this kit, we'll make sure you get one with this kit.
Okay.
But we were just out of them, so.
Excellent. Well, please give everybody the phone number that they can call you to get more information.
Okay, call 949, and you have to dial the 1 now, don't forget.
That's right.
597-4237. And Tom Soul is our office manager.
Perfect. Well, wonderful. Thank you again. We appreciate it. All right.
Merry
Happy
Christmas.
holidays to you.
You too.
And if you would like to know more about the Disaster Preparedness Task Force, you can call the number on your screen, or you can go to the Laguna Woods Village website and you just type in disaster in the search and it'll find it. We'll be right back.
It's time for year-end savings for year-round adventures during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Come today and receive financing with 0% APR for up to 48 months. And do not make payments for 90 days on select new Hyundai, like Elantras and Santa Cruz 2022. Your new adventures come with peace of mind driving too, with America's best warranty, with a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty, and the Hyundai Assurance Program.
Well, of course, we have the Christmas buffet that you can participate in, but I would certainly call in and make your reservation as soon as possible. It's in Clubhouse 5 at 1 p.m., and you will want to get tickets, and you can call 949-597-4382. And then for New Year's, there's two different ones to choose from. There's the Rockin' New Year's Eve, and then there is the New Year's Eve performing in the Performing Arts Center. Now, you will need to choose one or the other, or you can go to both, one before the other. But if you want more information about those, you will want to call Recreation again at 949-597-4288. And one thing I wanted to let you know that there is a holiday cheer contest going on right here in the village. Now, there's some details that you need to take a look at. Of course, you're going to take a photo of your manor, lawn, porch, or whatever is holiday. Share the photo on Facebook, and your neighbors are going to vote. Now, you're going to email your submission to recreationvms@gmail.com no later than noon Monday, December 20th. So you don't have much time, so you want to get that in right away. Now, there's a secondary slide I want to show you as well that gives you some details where you're going to take a crisp, clear, colorful photo, 3x5. And like I said, the residents will be voting on that. Now, if you want more information about that, you will want to go online to lagunawoodsvillage.com, and they will have, you just put in holiday cheer and they'll bring it right up. All right, let's take a look at the weather real quick before we head out. It is looking like very nice skies for the remainder of the week and into the weekend. We are looking at 59, 41, 67, 45, 64, 40, 62, 43, and 61, 44. Have a great day in the village. We'll be back here again at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
What's easier than blowing out 65 candles? Choosing an Alignment Medicare health plan that's tailored specifically to you. Need access to 24/7 telehealth and concierge services? You got it. Members also receive an Alignment Health Plan Black Card with a monthly allowance and rewards for engaging with your health. At Alignment Health Plan, we don't think of these things as extras, just things you deserve. Save your wish for something that isn't healthcare related. Call or visit our website today to enroll in an Alignment Health Plan.
Welcome to OCI Care with Dr. Vyas, Laguna Woods' most trusted premium laser eye surgery and comprehensive ophthalmology center. Located in the heart of the Laguna Woods community, OCI Care specializes in laser cataract surgery, glasses-free cataract surgery, microscopic glaucoma surgery, diabetic eye checks, routine exams, and all your other eye care needs. Dr. Vyas and the OCI Care staff believe in one-on-one care and the patient-physician relationship. Come in for your appointment today for a lifetime of better vision.